This is the night before video for Paper 1 OCR Computer Science GCSE. Just a quick reminder, there will be no calculators. It's a 90-minute exam and this PowerPoint is in Arbor, so you can use any of the links. So as a quick overview, what's included? Well, the 34 different sections that we've covered in the last 2 years. There's a list on the right hand side. I suggest you have a quick pause, go through them and check to see which ones you remember, and obviously have a look at the ones that you don't on the Ninja course. You're quite familiar now with the learning quadrants. We've done these a couple of times. Might be worth you doing a fresh one now. Again, you can pause the video, put the various parts in there. Slightly different list, same contents. Just make sure you know that, oh, which ones do I need to revise now in case there's any gaps. So you think you know where the gaps are? Well, let's double check them now. Have a quick look at the revision questions. If there's any questions you don't understand, you can look them up in the theory in either Ninja or obviously the Craig and Dave videos. So, top tips. Any calculations, always draw the grids. They'll always help. Just make sure you don't make any mistakes. Always, always, always show you're working. Doesn't matter if it's scruffy. Just make sure you show you're working. Try and develop it in a good format, one after another. Make sure you watch out for bits and bytes, add, times and so on as necessary. And always give the answer in the size they ask for. In kilobits, kilobytes, bits, bytes and so on. Explain questions. Well, they need to be developed. There's a real problem that you have at the moment in that you don't put in the second half of the answer. This means, therefore, never ever use faster, quicker, cheaper or more than unless you're fully explaining what they're better at than something else or developing which means. And then when it comes to the long answer questions, when you read the question, underline the keywords. What is the question about? Then the bullets will give you the writing frame as to who you need to answer the question about. And then you should have a paragraph with an advantage and a disadvantage, maybe even a little conclusion which is bigger or worse. Link it to a second part. Develop each point fully with a this means. And if necessary, have an in conclusion. Give an opinion. That's really important. So, having watched this very short video, which will only be a few minutes long, you need to look at what can I do next. Well, there's the know-it-all Ninja questions. You can review all of those and the little tasks that go with it, even the PowerPoints, the videos that go with it. Then there's the Seneca papers. There's the normal paper, which you've done, the predicted paper, which you might have started, and the OCR hardest questions. I've also put a link in there for EduLite or topic tests. You did some of those during the last couple of weeks before the end of term. In terms of what have you got for paper, you've got your RAG quadrants. You can do a fresh one from the PowerPoint. You've got your books. You've got those mini revision books that I gave you. You have your SP, You have copies of your past papers that you've written in. I gave you 6-a-day sheets, which has got 50 sheets of questions since the last push. You should be working towards those. You should be in the last half a dozen of those now. Answers are in Arbor. Then there's the 10-minute tests that you've got inside your folders, and we don't need algorithm for a day at the moment. That's for next. In terms of video based, well, there's a link there to your favourite Mr. Smith, I think it is, who does a review of a paper. And ultimately, if you're interested in each of the different parts of the course, then there is the Craig and Dave individual sectors that need to be looked at. Remember, you're not finished. Watching this video is not enough. Go and do some of the things I've suggested, like the past papers and so on. Watch some videos. Remember, good luck comes from good preparation.